safe with Him, the hidden advantage in life and business. Therefore, my heart is glad and my tongue rejoices. My body will rest secure, because you will not abandon me to the realm of the dead, nor will you let your faithful one see decay. Psalm 16:9-10 NIV. We live in a world that celebrates hustle. Productivity is worshipped, performance is praised, and pressure is normalized. In life and business, the demand is constant. Move faster, do more, achieve now. But here's the question few stop asking. What's securing your soul while securing the bag? Enter Psalm 16. Not a business plan, not a TED Talk, but perhaps one of the most potent leadership frameworks and personal philosophies we'll ever need. King David wrote Psalm 16 during a time of great stress. He wasn't sitting in a palace with a charcuterie board and harp music playing softly in the background. He was on the run, emotionally frayed, threatened on every front. And yet, he pens words that radiate joy, security, and unshakable peace. Why? Because he wasn't building his future on shifting sands. He was anchored in the unchanging faithfulness of God. Soul security greater than market security. We crave security, profit margins, market share, and brand positioning in business. But David flips the equation. Proper security begins in the soul. He says, "My body also will rest secure." How? Not because his external situation was stable, but because he knew God would not abandon him, even in death. Takeaway: if your internal world is chaotic, your external success won't satisfy. Soul rest is the real competitive advantage. Want to scale well? Start by settling your heart. You can rejoice, even without results. David writes, "My heart is glad and my tongue rejoices." Not because he hit his goals, landed funding, or reached a milestone. He rejoiced because he trusted the one guiding his journey. That's a massive shift. It means joy isn't the reward at the end of success. It's the power source on the path. Reflection. What if joy wasn't tied to outcomes, but to the presence of God in the process? What would change in how you lead, speak, or serve? The grave doesn't get the final word. Here's where it gets big. David prophetically speaks of Jesus when he says, "You will not abandon your Holy One to see decay." Fast forward to Acts 2 and 13. Peter and Paul both quote this psalm to declare that Jesus rose from the dead, proving God's faithfulness forever. Why does that matter in business? Because even if your idea dies, your company fails, or your career shifts, you are not abandoned. Resurrection is in the DNA of the kingdom. God specializes in bringing dead things back to life. Application. What have you given up on too soon? What might God want to resurrect, rework, or redeem? Vision is more than a mission statement. Psalm 16:11 says, "You make known to me the path of life." That's not just a spiritual roadmap, it's a business one. In Hebrew, path implies direction and relationship with a guide. God doesn't hand you a map and say, "Good luck." He walks with you. And he doesn't just show the way, he gives joy in his presence and pleasures forevermore. This is a call to eternal significance in a world obsessed with temporary wins. Ask yourself, am I chasing what matters most? Have I invited God to guide me or just to bless my plan? Is my business an expression of eternal impact or a temporary idol? Lead from your rest, not toward it. Most people burn out because they are led by emptiness. David shows us the opposite. His glad heart and secure body come before deliverance. His confidence isn't in escaping pressure, but walking with God through it. Practical shift. Build rhythms of soul health. Morning scripture. midday silence, honest community, Sabbath rest. You don't have time not to protect your soul. It's the engine of your leadership. Final challenge: life will push, business will stretch, people will disappoint, circumstances will change. But you don't have to be ruled by fear, stress, or scarcity. You have a different source. You are safe with Him. That's not soft. That's a strength. So build your business, but make it on bedrock. Take bold risks, but rooted in divine wisdom. Show up daily, not just with strategy, but with security in the one who holds your future. Let Psalm 16 be your blueprint, not just for belief, but for leadership. Because the actual edge isn't just brilliance, it's peace. Action steps. Read Psalm 16 aloud every morning this week. Speak it over your soul and your business. Audit your security sources. Are you trusting your grind or God's guidance? Schedule one moment of stillness each day. Don't just fill your calendar, fill your spirit. Ask God, what dead thing in my life or work are you ready to resurrect? Listen. Rewrite your mission with eternity in mind. Build something that outlives you. You are called. You are capable. You are not alone. You are safe. Now build differently.